Hey you all, so just wanted to follow up on two things that I mentioned in a video that I did yesterday. The first one is intracellular testing, and what this is, checking the status of your health with blood work. Now, the difference is that when you get intracellular tests, what it'll do is show you how efficient your cells are actually utilizing what you're taking in. You can say, for example, had something to eat or a vitamin within the past 3 days that's in your blood, but your body isn't actually utilizing it. And that's where true healing, recovery, and optimal health comes from. Not from what we put in our body, but from what our body is actually utilizing. And the health of our cell is something that is so significant when it comes to longevity. You want your cell to be able to utilize the nutrients, and you want to be able to determine what you need to adjust with the right information. And so if you get one blood test that says you have higher levels, or maybe levels that are optimal, but when in actuality they're low, and you're experiencing these symptoms in your body, and you're trying to figure out what's going on there, then that's going to be a huge way to help you in the now and later on. Because so many of the symptoms, the diagnosis that we receive, they're because of a nutrient deficiency. And when we think about the depletion of the soil, when we think about the toxins that are in our environment, all of these things have an impact on the way our body regenerates and its ability to do so. So if you can get a test that will give you efficient information, then you can take action on the right things sooner. And that's the difference between getting the regular blood test and then getting the intracellular. And so you can ask for a full nutritional panel and ask for intracellular tests. Okay, and especially for those of you that have high blood pressure, diabetes, or any other sort of disease diagnosis in your body, this could be so helpful in you being able to optimize your health, your body, and avoiding so many issues in the future just from optimizing the proper nutrition in your body, and finding out what you need to do in order for your cells to be able to now utilize what it is that you need. And so the intracellular test will test that. Now, another thing that is connected to that is heavy metal testing. And this is so important. I mean, when we have, there are so many symptoms that we experience, issues in our body, and we're thinking about, say, in regards to our cells, once again, our cells being efficient or inefficient, that opens the door for disease, or is in direct correlation to diseases, say like cancer, damage that's taking place in our body on a regular basis that we're not aware of. And so when you get heavy metal testing, that'll enable you to see what your toxic load is, and then you can come up with a plan of addressing that and doing that safely. Having a plan to detox from those safely can prevent a whole slew of issues in the future. And so I wanted to mention these two things to you, because if we can avoid issues that are so undesirable and that get in the way of us really doing life, like, why not avoid it? And we see how there's an increase on certain diseases nowadays, and it's not just because of nothing, like something is causing that. And so we want to look at what is actually in our environment, and then we want to be proactive ahead of time with the things that are simplest to do. Like getting blood work is almost non-invasive. It's a simple thing, And so you get your blood work, look for and ask for a full nutritional panel, and get the intracellular testing. And then also get your heavy metals tested as well, because those heavy metals can actually block certain nutrients that the cells are trying to use, and they're causing damage at the same time. So essentially your body being weakened because it doesn't have what it needs, but then it's still dealing with all the toxic and stress load that it has. So let's optimize from the most basic level and prevent what we can prevent. And these are two ways that you can do that. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, and I'll talk to you all soon.